Apple has just hit a massive milestone in 2025 with the Apple Watch, surpassing $100 billion in total revenue, a number that shows just how deeply this smartwatch has embedded itself into everyday life, especially in the United States where fitness, health, and connectivity are such big parts of consumer priorities. And this is not just another sales figure, it's a sign that Apple has turned what was once seen as an optional accessory into an essential piece of tech for millions of people. When Apple first launched the watch back in 2015, many skeptics weren't sure it would succeed, calling it a niche product. But over the past decade, Apple has consistently refined its hardware and software, adding life-saving features like heart monitoring, fall detection, ECG, blood oxygen tracking, and more recently, temperature and stress sensors, which have been especially appealing in the health-conscious US market. Now, with more people using the watch as a health companion, it has become far more than just a gadget for checking notifications. It's essentially a personal health assistant on your wrist, and that's one of the biggest reasons for its success. But Apple's achievement isn't just about features, it's also about strategy, and Apple has positioned the watch perfectly in its ecosystem, seamlessly tied to the iPhone, AirPods, Fitness Plus, and even Apple Pay, making it a lock-in device that encourages brand loyalty, which is exactly why so many iPhone users in the US end up buying one. In fact, studies show that more than 1 in 3 iPhone owners in America also own an Apple Watch, proving that this isn't just a side product but a core piece of Apple's business. The revenue surge also comes as Apple faces competition from companies like Samsung, Huawei, and Garmin, each offering their own take on health wearables. Yet Apple continues to dominate, particularly in the US where its ecosystem is the strongest, and the upcoming Apple Watch 11 and Apple Watch Ultra 3 are expected to push sales even further in September 2025. What's interesting is that while Apple is celebrating this 100 billion milestone, challenges are starting to emerge, especially as competition heats up with companies offering longer battery life, more rugged outdoor-focused devices, and lower-cost alternatives that appeal to users outside the Apple ecosystem, meaning Apple will need to keep innovating to hold its lead. Another point worth noting is that regulators and health organizations are increasingly paying attention to health-related claims made by tech companies, and since Apple has built much of the watch's identity on health, it will need to ensure its features remain accurate, safe, and trustworthy. Still, in the US, the Apple Watch is practically synonymous with smartwatches, and for many people, it's their first wearable purchase, showing just how dominant Apple has become. Looking ahead, rumors suggest Apple could be working on even more advanced health tools like blood pressure monitoring and non-invasive glucose tracking, features that would be game changers for millions of Americans who deal with chronic conditions. And if those arrive in the next few years, the watch could transform into something closer to a medical device than just a consumer gadget. This is what makes Apple's 100 billion revenue milestone so significant. It isn't just a reflection of past success, but a signal that wearables are becoming a central pillar of technology, especially in the US, where consumers want devices that make life healthier, safer, and more connected. For now, Apple holds the crown, and the upcoming September event could prove whether it can keep the Apple Watch not only relevant but essential for the years to come.